Okay. Looks like we're rolling here. Alrighty. Live again for the second time. Hopefully this time we have some better luck in terms of technical difficulty stuff. So I'm just going live at the appointed time. I just have a sketch here I pulled up. I'll be returning to this shortly. Yeah, just throwing up a link on Instagram so people can see it. People can see that I'm live if they wish. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well today. I'm pretty stoked to be back live now. And yeah, I'm just stoked to make this like a regular thing. Like, that would be so cool. Cool. Alrighty, so kind of same deal as last time. Just gonna be doing some sketches, some warm-ups, all that good stuff. Let's just double check that everything's running well. Yeah, looks like we're good. Looks like we're all set, so we can just close this, I think. Yeah, alrighty. Nice. Yeah, not much else that needs doing. Cool. All right, yeah. So we've got like a sketch here I was maybe kind of messing around with yesterday or last night, and I just kind of pulled it up just to sort of, yeah, maybe see if I can make something happen here, if there's anything else I want to work on. Maybe figure out some of like the hand stuff over here. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, we're just taking it nice and easy today. Nothing too crazy. I have the camera set up, so hopefully that's working. You can excuse my insane bedhead. All my friends know I get pretty crazy bedhead, so that's pretty good, I guess. Yeah, man. I was thinking this guy that we're sketching here could be like a cool, I don't know, like maybe, I feel like he's got secrets for sure. I feel like he's a shop owner and he's like at his counter, you know? Hey, what's up, buddy? Welcome back. Glad you're back. Let's go. Nice. Yeah, same deal. We're just doing some sketching today. Nothing too crazy. I might return back to this guy later and do some fun sketch warm-ups if I can. Alrighty. Cool. Yeah, let's get set up here. I'm still figuring out like best camera placement and stuff. Still haven't quite figured that out yet. Maybe I bring this guy over here. Ooh. Yeah. Maybe I bring this guy over here and do that. How's that? That seems to be better, I guess. Again, still very much figuring this out. For sure. Oh, I think a little longer. A little taller. Nice. Damn. I'm like in streamer mode right now. Kofi, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Really happy to see you, man. Yeah, we're just gonna start off with some pretty loose, like really loose sketches. So I'm fresh today. I'm starting with warm-ups. And like always, I have to start with an old guy with a very large nose. It's the rule. I don't know why. And a mustache. He has to have a mustache. He's kind of immediately reminds me of that one character from that nature show. I like the Savannah. Can't remember his name. Let's go. I'm happy I'm streaming too, Kofi. Yeah, so I'm going to be streaming for about 2 hours, I believe. Inshallah, 2 hours. Yeah, so let's just do a few fun little loose guys. Have you guys ever drawn like a goggles character? Like a character and their vibe is just kind of like goggles? I'm going to do a goggles character. After this guy, I think. Cool. Sometimes I start a character with kind of like sort of like neutral eyes or like sort of, I don't know, kind of mischievous eyes. But then I always end up going back and changing it because like the character surrounding the eyes usually doesn't match the eyes I initially drew. I don't know if you guys experience the same thing. Also, I don't know. My girlfriend pointed this out to me, and like I kind of like make the faces of the characters I do. So with the cam on today, we'll see if I do. That's a great question. Nigel Thornberry. Yeah, the Thornberries. That's exactly who it reminds me of. That's exactly right. Thanks, Rob. Appreciate that. I don't know what occupation this man has. What do you think, Kofi? We'll see. But yeah, this guy strikes me as a nice, like a good guy, maybe. He has the friend eyebrows. Here, we'll give him a little pointy goatee. Always adds a bit of flair. Or recently I've been loving doing this, like doing kind of spiky goatee that kind of goes in. Swing. Yeah, if the hair doesn't go swing, I don't want to talk about it. Only hair that goes swing for me. Yeah, he could be a gardener. Or these are all great suggestions. Jeez. These are all fantastic suggestions. Shoemaker, a gardener. Those are all great. Maybe we make him a little tired as well. Give him some I feel like this guy's kind of older, maybe. Flip it. I always do this. I always kind of like get it a little wonk. Always flip canvas. You're never really gonna like what you see, but you should always do it. Okay, now that we've drawn him kind of nice, I almost want to give him some glasses. Yeah, there we go. This is why you practice your ellipses, baby. Yeah, there we go. Shoemaker sounds pretty good. So what is he like holding a shoe? Let's give him a shoe maybe. How's he holding it? This guy's like pinky and his like next finger. Can do the kind of splayed hand vibe. And it's got to be a pointy curl shoe because that's the only shoe I ever draw. Right? It's a little callback to the sketch I did yesterday which is pretty fun. Not yesterday, a few days ago, the last stream. The bird guy that I have to finish maybe, I don't know. We'll see. It's got a pretty fun shoe. Make sure it's like sitting in his hand well. But we don't want to get too caught up with it. These are warm-ups after all. You don't want to get too stuck with warm-ups. The goal is just to get ideas on the page. You can always refine your technique another time. We're going for ideas today. Still good to draw with accuracy though, if you can. Build those good habits up. Yeah, I've been trying to strike a balance between client stuff, making sure all the client stuff is on track and good, but also refining my own skills, you know? It's like the immediate needs and the future needs constantly at odds. Or not at odds, but, you know, it can be a little difficult knowing what to prioritize on a given day. Okay, so he wants to be looking at the shoe probably. We should change his pupils. His irises. That's pretty good. I like him. I like him a lot. Maybe he's got... Okay, now that we've got him here... Yeah, I was trying to figure out why his shoe isn't curly enough. That is so true. Yeah, right? Cool. Okay, then let's make it really like... Make it really fun. Yeah. So, there's a shoe... Not a shoe repair guy. There's a fridge repair guy coming to my apartment today in between 2 and 6. So hopefully they don't come early. Otherwise I might have to cut the stream short. But yeah, our fridge just like died for no reason. Like the freezer's working, but the fridge isn't. So we had to check everything in the freezer, but then like there's a guy coming. Who knows, man? We'll see. But yeah, definitely in need of a repairman, whether or not it's a shoe repairman or shoemaker. Cool. Maybe we give him... All right, if this was actually like a thing that I was doing, I would probably do some really cool like design pattern, you know, like inlay stuff, and we can just imply it, I think. And that'll be good enough. Let me just imply it. Imply some stitching, maybe. Yeah, some nice swirly swirls. Love some swirly swirls. All my friends know how much I love these swirly swirls. Cool. Usually with like shape momentum stuff, like instantly this kind of kills the energy, the shape I just made. Maybe I want to do a different shape. That's better. It's like fighting the idea I have. So what I'm going to do is actually murk that angle. This is more side on anyway, so I'm not going to see a whole lot of the bottom of the shoe. But we can see the top of the shoe here if we like wanted. Or we can see the bottom of the shoe like there. Right? I'll be curling in that way. I'm a stickler for shapes. I need my shapes to be right, otherwise I go a little crazy. Yeah, let's say this. Let's say this, and then the lip of the shoe actually comes forward a little bit. That kind of adds to a bit of the momentum, I think. Which will be good. Yeah, and then add like a thick, fun little bit. Apply some stitching. Cool. It's great to have you guys in the chat. It's always fun getting some ideas, bouncing off new ideas, you know, checking my design, seeing if it's reading. It's cool. Nice to have kind of like a little I don't know. Just people to say like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That does make sense. Or that's funny. Or this would be funnier. Cool. So we've got him holding a shoe in a very weird way. This is not a very normal shoe hold. Like, no one would hold a shoe like this. That's okay though. Having some big sleeves. Here, let's do this. Let's do him one better. Yeah, when in doubt, you have a reference right on your hand, which is helpful. There we go. Bit of a stronger gesture there. Of course, his thumb will be on the other side. Oh, nice, man. That's the goal. Definitely want to be sketching along if you can. I used to love sketching along to art streams. It was really great back in the day with, man, I don't know if you guys remember Psychra. I used to love Psychra and Ahmed Al-Duri, the homie. And then modern day James. That guy rocks. Some good art streams. I've been trying to catch Steven Zapata's art stream more. That guy's got really interesting takes for sure. Definitely want to check that out. 100%. Gotta get that coffee going, man. I always end up doing these like giant collars on these characters. There's just something about a big collar that I just absolutely love. I kind of like wish big collars were a little bit more socially acceptable. I feel like I'd wear some giant collars if I was allowed. You know? Like big ol' popped collars, man. They're just cool. All right. This guy's pretty fun. Let's move on. Let's do another guy. We did this Thornberry shoemaker character, although I feel like his other hand needs to be at play here. Maybe he's like doing like a scalpel thing with this hand, which means we have to sacrifice this nice beard in favor of the other hand. Let's see here. He'd have his hand like this. It's like knuckles would come forward, eh? Let's see. I have a scalpel in my studio. Let's do it. How would it look if you held a scalpel? Swing. Like that, eh? Cool. Man, whenever I stream, either the Californian in me or the Canadian comes out. I can't help it. I can't help saying A all the time. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Nice. Let's give him some big old sleeve, guys. If he has a big collar, he's allowed to have big sleeves. It's the rule. It's the Johnny Depp rule. Pirates of the Caribbean. Or Caribbean. I was just having a conversation with someone whether it was Caribbean or Caribbean. And I should know because I'm from Bermuda. Even though it's not in the perspective Caribbean. Cool. Alrighty. Cool. I think I'm probably gonna move on to a new character now. I'm feeling the call. So this guy's fun. This actually could be refined, to be honest, into a nice little drawing. Throw some nice kind of line art on there. Give him a little more something to do. Kind of, make these hands make a little more sense. Got a pretty good idea here. Or it's just like a fun little drawing. I mean, a way to add story to something like this, which could be fun, is we add like a little kid, like if we give him like a chair or something that he's sitting in, or no, I don't know, but to add like a little character being like what's going on over there. And when you're sketching, you can do a little bit more of a fainter line, and that almost gives like the effect of atmospheric perspective. So it kind of pushes them back farther in the space. So when you're sketching, you can still kind of get a sense of depth just by drawing with a lighter line. This is so, okay. If we're doing stylized like this, we can't do eyes like that. Those eyes are too crazy. I have to remind myself sometimes. We also don't want it to be wary eyes. We want it to be bright eyes. It's a little more manageable. You don't want to pop off with the insane eyes from the get-go. Both little kid characters, you don't want the eyes to be big so that they read as kids. I mean, all depending, right? This kid's very impressed with the shoe quality here. I don't know if I would be as appreciative at that age. So this kid is definitely maybe finding his spark. We'll give him some crazy hair. Or maybe we'll give him some... Yeah, well, you know what we'll do? We'll give him like a funky like mat of like kind of curly hair. Yeah. Nice. This little guy. Yeah, when like implying hair like this and stuff, like again, sketching a little lighter and then choosing where the shadows come in. So if the shadows are coming in like under the curls, it kind of shows a little bit more depth. You can already see after the warm up kind of like the more fluid quality here versus the more kind of like jolty quality of the original drawing. Yeah, this one I still, well, I don't know if I'll refine. I feel like they could be in the same world though, maybe. These guys. But yeah, this character is very interested in the shoe. The shoemaking. But I feel like we got to push it back even more. Oh, yeah. Okay. Also, it's like a little too... Maybe we like... He's like looking through a door. And he's like, whoa. It's the shoes for the prince or something. Like maybe these shoes are like... Maybe it's who the shoes belong to is what is like cool about this. Like maybe the shop owner is like his uncle and like he's presenting shoes to like the finest warrior in the land and like the kid is the biggest fan and maybe the kid's like, oh my gosh, the shoes of Lawrence. I can't believe it. And then maybe like the uncle sees him and they're having a little moment. But he's like low key about it. So maybe the low eyelids. And a raised eyebrow. But the kid can't see the raised eyebrow. Yeah, cool. The kid sees the shoe, maybe. Has to be even more. Is that reading? It's not really reading. That's okay. He doesn't see the kid yet. That can be in the next panel. This is like a storyboard or something. Cool. This is kind of fun. All right, I'm just going to knock this back, turning the eraser down to like 20%. Just knocking this back. There we go. It's a fun little drawing. You can always refine it more another time if you wanted to. New sketch. Let's do, I did promise a goggles character, so we'll do a goggles character. Try that out. Right? So goggles characters, everything kind of flows around the big ellipses. I tend to do my goggle characters pretty like bug-eyed. It's like the goggles are kind of going in almost like opposite directions. Or not opposite, but they're like splayed out in like a wall-eyed effect, which is cool. I mean, I don't know, like it doesn't actually fit how they really read on the face or like appreciate, like it doesn't help your field of vision, but I just think it looks funny. But you kind of have to work with the implications you make there. So like if you make the implication that the character can't really like see super well, or maybe they're a little more like a wall-eyed character in general, then you have to then kind of work backwards from that and, you know, design around that. You can't give like a very proper put together character some wall-eyed goggles and, you know, have it feel right, unless you're subverting the character, which is a whole other thing. But I'm getting a little too technical. A little too technical here. So this goggles character, I'm feeling like I want to go a little crazy with this maybe. Like angled, like majorly angled, like intensely angled goggles with like bold design. Like, you know those goggles where it's like almost like the whole top of the head is like the goggle thing, like it's like a hat almost, the whole thing. I think I'm gonna do like I'm gonna do that, like a real pilot mode, which will be good. It makes good on Kofi's suggestion earlier to do a pilot. So that'll be good. I'm just gonna throw something up. Cool. Forgot to announce I was live in like a certain space. Definitely want to make sure the homies know that I'm live. Cool. Yeah, so we'll do like a fun kind of grizzledy pirate guy here. I'm thinking whether or not to cover the nose is always like a difficult thing to manage. Like a half cover is good actually, where you can still see like the nostrils and stuff. Oh, that's funky. That's very funky. Cool. Just making an adjustment to the setup. Nice. Yeah, like a chameleon's eyes. That's exactly right, Rob. We want it to kind of feel that way. And like if you have them being sort of almost magnified, then you can get away with like having like a really big pupil with like the kind of glass sort of markings as well. So you can have like giant magnified eyes, which is pretty fun. But I don't know if we're going for that vibe for this character. This character feels a little more like you don't even see the eyes. Like it's like tinted, like a color. You know? Yeah, this is funky already. I like it. Maybe it comes down, then back up. So it kind of covers the face. So maybe this character, like, if he needs such intense headgear, wonder what kind of thing they're flying. Probably an open cockpit craft then, right? If they need this much protection on their face. And we're still doing warm-ups. These are warm-ups. This is the kind of stuff I do before client work. So I get my brain moving. I get everything working so that when I move on to concept stuff for client, I'm like fresh, thinking of ideas. My hand is adjusted. I'm not drawing terribly like I'm drawing now. Things are just kind of, a lot smoother, I guess. I'm reminded a little bit of Porco Rosso here. I don't know why. There's always something funny kind of about a pilot with like an open mouth. Kind of going like, wah. I don't know about that there, Sarge. Or like, you want me to fly through this chop? You want me to fly through this thing? Iris, welcome, Iris. Lovely to see you in the chat here. So, you want to recap of what we've done so far, Iris? I feel like you'd appreciate. We did a shoemaker with like someone looking through, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, a shoe!" Like they've never seen a shoe before, or something. I don't know. Oh my gosh, Luke, let's go! We got the homies. Yeah, so we've got like a little shoemaker guy and his little friend who's like, I can't believe this shoe. And then now I'm drawing maybe a pilot. I'm not 100% sure yet. We'll see. How are you guys doing, man? Yeah. I feel like this guy needs like a choppy mustache. Pilot of a magical ship. Maybe a magical ship. That could be it for sure. I want it to feel like that, like heavy stitched leather. So I'm just gonna do some really light lines and like a certain kind of like pattern. And then like really lightly imply like some like hard stitching. That usually helps with this kind of implication of material. Nice. I'm so glad to hear you're doing well, Iris. I'm doing really well. I'm gonna go see Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse Beyond. I don't know what it's called. The new Spider-Man. I'm so excited. I forced my cousin to watch it, and because he hadn't seen the first one, so I forced him to watch the first one, and then we're gonna go see the second one together, and I'm really excited. It'll be really fun. So I got that on the horizon, which is nice. Life is just good. I feel like I want to do like maybe squinty eyes if he's kind of grizzled and sort of grizzled and old and kind of stuff, maybe. I also want to make sure things are consistent. So like with mechanical stuff, you want things to line up. Otherwise you start to kind of break believability, or it's kind of, you're implying stuff about the craftsmanship. So like if you're going to do an uneven thing, then it's like you have to think like, how did this character get this? So if they got it and it's uneven, if they're part of like a military organization, the military organization is like not very well organized. It's like janky. And you can go with that implication, but it's kind of like then you're going with that implication. And that's a powerful tool to know how to do that appropriately. Like use jank to your advantage or use symmetry to your advantage. Nice. Oh man. Yeah. So you guys are really making me want to see the new spider guy. Yeah, Mole from Atlantis. That's a good character design. That's a really good character. Mole. And he's French. With a little mustache. Giant eyeballs. The cap. Yeah, he's that archetype. Literally, he's that archetype. And he's got the gap teeth because apparently all French people have gap teeth. Yeah, Mole is pretty easy to draw. And then he has all the little attachments and stuff, right? The little lamp and stuff. Mole is so iconic. All the characters from Atlantis were designed with such finesse. They're so fantastic. So I actually heard that the blonde character in Atlantis, what's her name? She was animated by an outsourcing studio. So she wasn't animated in-house. And that's why she's got almost like a different feel, a different aesthetic. So they wanted her to feel grounded and geometric, but it was done by, I think, a Japanese animator, I believe. So you almost have like a retro anime vibe about her, and I think it's perfect. And like it shows in that last clip where she like jumps back up on the blimp and kicks the guy. There's no way I'm showing it on stream because that'll get the stream taken down. Good old Walter Disney does not want people sharing the stuff, I guess. Okay, I guess we want his ears out, so we gotta raise the cap a little bit, have his ears out. I feel like his little ears... Oh, wait, no, he should have little... Because he's a pilot, he should have, like, the headgear. You know what I mean? They have, like, the headgear thing. That, like, wrap around, like, muffs or whatever. Yeah, we'll give him muffs. This reminds me of an old IP I was working on with, like, these almost World War I or World War II inspired pilot characters. I was working on this IP with a buddy, and it was really cool. After I get a handle on a few more streams, honestly, I might start scheduling some evening streams and do IP development. Like, that might be the move. Like, live. That'd be pretty fun. Walter. Wait, who's Walter? Oh, Walter. Walter Disney. Walter Disnorf. Yeah. Mr. Walter. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know about all that, man. Yeah, Disney, that would be cool. Be very cool to work at Disney. Right now, the dream is definitely to hook it up with DreamWorks full time. That's the dream. Manifesting. Which is cool. All right, let's kick it into overdrive here. Let's give this guy, I feel like he's got one of those forward chests where he's like, meh. He's like kind of pushing it forward a little bit. You know, bit more pompous guy. Let's add some energy into these lines, baby. Let's give him more of a squarish jaw. Kind of curve it up. Yeah, okay. Yeah, like covers the nose, but not all the way. Maybe I do that. Maybe we push it even up. Yeah, we push it higher. It hugs the nose, but it's not an actual nose guard. So we can still kind of like breathe and whatnot, I guess. We gotta fix this. This isn't really working. Swing. There we go. Nice. Cool. Yes, manifest. Cool. Let's flip it. Yeah, there's something wrong here. So we just won't show the eye on that side because you wouldn't be able to see it. Unless it was like implied somehow, some way. That's okay. We'll do this guy and he'll be like looking at you in like almost like a mocking way, maybe. Under his goggles. All right, we're starting to get a little caught up here. Do some rivets. When in doubt, draw some rivets, baby. People love rivets. People heckin' love rivets, dude. All right. All right, he's pretty fun. We've got him going. I feel like he needs, you know what he needs? He needs the classic like representation for stubble, which is just like these like lines, you know what I mean? When like older characters like used to just have like this. This was just like, this character is stubbly. It's kind of what this character's asking for a little bit. Something like that. This isn't a very pushed design. This is a pretty not grounded, but this is a pretty like neutral sort of design. Not very crazy. We could make it a little more crazy if we wanted to though. So we could think of some things that would kind of things that would maybe kind of push this guy. Yeah. So adding in an iris or adding in like any kind of intention to a character really brings them to life. So like where he's looking matters. You know what I mean? So if he's looking at you, like that matters, right? You see, you know, like more about the character. And now that we've pushed this back, we could in theory like have him looking at you on this side too, if we wanted. But it does kind of matter, like, for instance, if we drew him and we put his attention up there, it's a different character. Or he's got, like, a different energy. So the goal of a good designer is to make sure you can find the energy of the character and maintain it across different expressions, different scenarios, figure out where the character breaks, where they succeed, and like what you can do to solve the breaks and what you can do to advance the successes. So we'll kind of push the collar to make it kind of more sort of like fantasy-esque. We could add some big ol' straps, dude. Big straps. That's the way. I'm gonna do some big straps over the shoulder. This could be for any kind of technology or like a parachute or some kind of thing, right? We want his shoulders to make sense though. If his shoulders come down, if we're looking at him from a 3/4, okay, let's do 3/4. That works. That's more interesting. But his jacket's bigger, so like, be kind of like this. Let's flip. Yeah. Cool. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for being happy to see me streaming. I recognize your icon, but I'm not 100% sure we've spoken before. But thanks for hopping in the chat. For sure. Yeah, definitely want to be doing more streamer stuff. The last little video had some pretty good like people like went back and watched it. People who missed it kind of went back and watched it, and that was really cool to see. Like, I'm really happy that people are you know, just like you said earlier, Rob, like wanting to like kind of sketch along and just kind of have a voice there, like a creative voice. My watch is telling me to stand. I don't know if I'm gonna listen yet. But yeah. So we're gonna stagger the collar. This is like something that I do a lot, which is not necessarily like accurate or anything like that, but it's just a way to like kind of keep the silhouette interesting in my opinion. So like if we have the jacket and it kind of curves down or kind of curves in or whatever into like the shape of the main jacket. So you'd see the top lip of this because it's coming a little bit more forward, right? And this one would be curving back, so this would be angled a little bit. Stuff like that really matters, and it adds up. Like direction of cloth, which edge you're seeing. So even when you're sketching, it's good to imply those, even if it's more subtle. Like this is very chunky leather, but it's a pretty chunky guy, so it's in unity with the design, which is what we want. We want things to feel like they're in unity. I feel like also like a scarf or like a cravat or something would go well here. Fit this guy's pilot vibe. So you can kind of cut into this, imply a scarf, and kind of have it hanging out or down. All right, we've given him like a little head. That's okay. But again, we want to start to think about how we can push this design if we want to push it. Yes, I do have seen this icon. Yeah, right? Yeah, definitely know that person for sure. It's also cool streaming, like seeing who pulls up, you know? Like yesterday, a childhood friend like pulled up to the stream, and that was really cool. Got to say hi to them. Yeah, it's nice. Nice just being present. Cool. It's also good because it gets me in a consistent routine, which is need to up my routine for sure. If I want to be streaming every day, my life has to be in good order. It's good incentive to fix some stuff up. Yeah. Good preparation for mentorships and workshops. I'm definitely going to be doing a workshop on design maybe late summer, fall, maybe. But that'll be good. I'm thinking like a long weekend design workshop. People can hop in, won't be too expensive, and learn a little bit more about design, do some demo, or, you know, I'll do some demos focused on design, and people can follow along, be some assignments, all that good stuff. Yeah. Yeah, good incentives. Cool. Yeah, heck yeah. Very wholesome. So this okay, I'm borrowing design language right now, so this isn't wholly original. This is kind of like, I was working on an IP, so I'm sort of like making another character for that IP right now, which means I'm going to be using some like World War II influences and stuff. I'm going to be kind of like adapting this a little bit. So, okay, if we're thinking about shapes here, let's analyze this. Let's go demo mode for a sec. So we have this head, right? So big shape, obviously, for the head would be this kind of shape. This is the big shape. Then the small shape is honestly just kind of the eyes. This is the small shape here. Maybe like certain details around the teeth or whatever. Like, but for real, that's kind of the only small sort of shape, and like the tiny details, that doesn't really count for shapes. The medium shapes they're a little bit clashy right now. So in terms of like the mustache, the nose, the headphones, the other goggle, like those are all pretty samey. So we want to begin to push this a little bit. So what I'm thinking would be good is, instead of having that kind of headphone shape be like a medium shape, let's go back to our original color here. Let's think about how we could absolutely push this. So we've given this guy these little earmuffs, but I'm actually thinking maybe this dude he's kind of in communication a lot, maybe. So let's make them proper. proper big ol' headphone guys, right? With like paneling and technology. A knob. Let's give it a knob. People love giving things little buttons and whatnot. We'll give it a switch here too. Give it a little click switch guy. Maybe we'll do this stuff. We'll add some more buttons here and here. And now what we're doing is we've now added another element, which is like a larger shape. It's kind of like almost taking the pressure of everything else, or allowing everything else to kind of be its own thing, which is nice. So we're going to angle this up, which means we have to angle this down. Nice big round shape. And we'll do like a proper like kind of, you know, cushion implication maybe later. And then here we're going to do big headphones. So big on the head. Right? And let's imply some technology here. So what we're going to do is actually, we'll keep it lower to the head. Actually, that feels better. We'll just give it depth by adding some on that side. And we'll give it a nice little, again, cushiony thing that we'll define in better detail later. Let's see. We've got some more people. Sounds great. Nice. Hey there. Oh, what's up, Emily? Hey, yeah, we're just having some fun right now. We're just doing warm-up design sketching stuff, which is cool. So just having fun, you know, cracking wise, you know the deal. Yeah, so we've got now, we're actually going to do, so here's what we're going to do. Because this character is kind of changing a little bit, or because we're kind of like, you know, having some fun with it, there's a couple other adjustments we maybe want to make. So now that this character is a little bit less stocky, we've given him big headphone. We're probably going to want to give him an antenna, some other antenna stuff. We're going to now adjust our silhouette a little bit. So this is what I'm feeling. You're always allowed to copy things over. So we've saved a version, right? So let's now just actually make this a little smaller. It's an undersketch. Doesn't really matter if we lose quality. Plus we're sketching in over 4K, so we're good. And what we're going to do actually is we're going to take his head, his beautiful, beautiful head, and his stocky little chin, and we're going to move it up a little bit, right? So instantly, even the posture change has now affected this character. They are now have a different kind of a well, obviously different energy, but like even a different presence. So this character thinks a little bit more about themselves. They have a job. They take it seriously. They're expected to be listened to when they speak, right? With that. With this one, this guy maybe doesn't really care all that much. Or maybe he's a bit tougher. But this guy, you know, he has expectations on how he will be listened to maybe. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to lower the collar on this side to push this silhouette even more. So by doing that, we are kind of like letting this element, so like this shape here, we're really pushing that, which is nice. So it allows the headphones to really push. We're also going to take the scarf. We're going to maybe ride it up on this part of the jaw here and have it kind of come out on this side a little bit too, right? And then that breaks the silhouette of the jacket even more. So now the jacket's hanging lower. It like hangs off of him. So it's sort of, again, he's got a bit more of like a, not a sharper feel, but he's a little bit elevated up. We can also start to angle this one out more. So it's kind of going out, and this one we can actually affect in a new way. So we can actually bring this in. There we go. All right, this is starting to feel like a stronger design actually. This one's facing you, so we're doing a little foreshortening there. here. Like you wouldn't really see it because it's facing you, this one. But we can have more effects on that later. Give myself a prompt. Okay, so for this one, posture equals job. That's so true. This one, I didn't... Yeah, my prompt was goggles character. That's true. Yeah, I was talking about... You ever just see a character and their whole vibe is just goggles? So this guy's a little bit more than goggles, actually. We've elevated goggles character to be like a real character now. And I don't want to put down anyone who loves goggles characters. You're allowed to enjoy your goggles character. But sometimes we want a little bit more than goggles character. It's a great way to start, though. Okay, so we've got this guy. He's got this vibe. We've got maybe another eye, but maybe we don't really focus on it too much. So here's the part. So, okay, so would we see this side of the headphone? Probably not. It's coming forward a little too much. But what we do want to do is we want to slim his jaw out. So if we do this, again, that's now kind of like leaning into the aesthetic that we've started to build here, right? So now we've got a nice flow of shapes. We've got this cool like swing, right? Swing into, swing, 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 swing. That feels good, generally speaking. We want it to flow in. I want to give him maybe like a lower lip. His mouth, we can now make a little, maybe smaller. We'll see. Well, it takes his power away a little bit, making his mouth a little smaller. Everyone knows big mouth equals power. Cool. Goggles 2.0, yes. Exactly. Okay, so yeah, so this would actually come over more like this. Nice. Let's flip him. Flip him. Okay, so the goggles, these are actually kind of more shallow goggles, I'm realizing. Maybe we can push this even a little bit more here. Like that, maybe. Does that feel right? That feels pretty right. We're breaking our rules, though. Lower. There we go. Yeah, so now what we want to do is we want to start to, again, imply more technology about this guy. So giving him a little antenna, that helps. It's almost like a little rabbit guy now, a little bit. But since this is like a made-up character, right? This is like what I like to call kind of grounded fantasy. I mean, not what I like to call, it's just what it's called. It's like believable. It's like this is very grounded, but it's still kind of fantastical, right? Like you wouldn't necessarily see technology arranged in this way, maybe. It's known. Yeah, gas mask characters, just learn to draw a face, man. I'm joking. That's a joke. I'm joking. That's a joke. I'm joking. To all the gas mask character drawers out there, I don't want any smoke. See? I don't want any smoke. Get it? Because gas mask character. It's kind of like there's a fun way to do it. You know what? We'll do a gas mask character after this, but we'll make it interesting. Maybe. This stream is very industrial. The last one was very fantasy, very fun, very free. This one is very industrial core. So we're pushing the mustache a bit more now, right? We also, so what that's doing is that's actually unifying this shape. So the nose into mustache, that's now one shape. It's like bringing it together. And what we'll do in color is we'll probably make the nose a little bit warmer. So they're actually more similar in value even as well. So it'll be like a nice whole unification of the shape. That'll be good. Yeah, the stream will be saved. So this will go up as a recording after, unless, I don't know, something goes terribly wrong. I don't think anything's gonna go wrong. So yeah, this will go up after my last stream is also recorded on the channel. This one will go up as well, and the next two will also go up. So right now, all the streams are being saved. In the future, I don't know. James has a good method where like I think all the VODs are like saved on his channel, and you can watch them if you like are like if you join as a member. That's like an interesting way to make the stream more sustainable by like adding some I don't know, like who knows. We might do a Discord or a Patreon or something in the future. I don't know. But for now, everything's getting saved. Everything's free. You can watch everything. I mean, I'm not like teaching any lessons right now. I'm just doing some design and some demo stuff. But I might do some more focus streams in the future. But this will be saved for sure on the channel. Definitely subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Please like and subscribe. Like the video and subscribe for more wonderful artist content. All right, we've given him a little antenna. It's a little on the nose, but see you later, Emily. Thanks for dropping in. The antenna, the little dish is a little on the nose. Okay, it's too on the nose. What we're gonna do instead is we're gonna disrupt this shape, adding some depth, and we're just gonna do like just a regular little circular dish kind of thing, and just have it be that. Or that's like the doctor thing, right? The little doctor guy. No, it has to have some depth. Yeah. Also, what up, Justin? I saw you joined as well. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Cool. Got a little dish. Got a little thing here. Honestly, I love the little, like when little antennas have like little friends kind of come out. It's kind of funky for shapes. Maybe be stronger, bolder just to do this. Something like that. Oh my gosh, a new subscriber. Let's go. Ah, nice, man. So glad you're on a nice walk. That's cool. Little antenna friend. Exactly. I kind of want to do another antenna on this side to get some unity. So maybe it's giving ears though, but that's okay. That's allowed. Yeah, multiple antennas for multiple things to listen to, maybe. We're gonna hug the cushion around the head a little bit just to give things like a funky kind of depth. Almost like it's kind of wrapping around this in like a weird way. Cool. Cool. Nice. Apparently I sound very California. That's okay. I don't know why whenever I stream I go California, or like whenever I talk publicly. Maybe I just sound like I'm from California. So it's weird because I moved out of California when I was 10, but I still have such a strong accent apparently. So I guess you never lose it. It got worse when I lived in England though. Like for some reason being in England brought out the California in me. Cool. Okay, so we've got this funky guy. He's got his scarf. He's got his thing. All right, let's compare to our older version. Actually, so our older version is actually pretty strong now that I look back. It's pretty stocky and interesting. So this is going to have to actually be pushed even more for it to work or be like better, in my opinion. So we're going to have to push maybe these headphones to be even more crazy. So honestly, when in doubt, you can just make stuff bigger if you want. Like you're allowed. Cool. That's pretty big on the head. Pretty heavy carrying around all that, right? But that's okay. Yeah, all right. All right. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. All right, so I'm going to be streaming for another 50 minutes, I think, before calling it. So let's see what we got going on here. Maybe we can add some color to this guy or something. Now that it's coming out that much, we can kind of imply it on this side a little bit if we want. We can also potentially have like, I don't know, like a weird springy attachment maybe. Add some humor, right? Cool. He's all gear and chin. Let's go. Yeah, I think you're right about that. I think he is all gear and chin. Goggles 2.5, it's evolving. It's true. It's true. A radio man with a broadcast backpack. Yeah, in a wasteland. Okay. Okay, I understand the impulse or the urge to backpack it. However, think about this, right? Because radio backpack, that's like pretty played out. Not to say it's a bad idea, but while we're in the mode of pushing or subverting these archetypes, why not radio fanny pack? Why not radio little side pouch guy? Why not that, you know? So now that we have, we can say goodbye to this drawing, for instance. This, I like how this is. I like the idea that it's maybe like bent a little bit and like one of them is like maybe out of commission or something. Or maybe it's like a frequency, like someone he doesn't like. So he like turned it down so he can't hear something. I don't know. Maybe there's a lore. But let's say this guy, well, now that we've done this all to him, actually the strap is feeling a little samey in terms of shapes. Cool. Yeah, so let's turn his shoulder a little towards you, almost like he's maybe looking back a little bit. So, yeah, we want to do... Actually, for now, honestly, this is enough. You never have to do more than you have to do. So, you know, this is all pre-cleanup anyway. Like, we would have to clean this up if we wanted to present it as like a final thing. I mean, it's not a necessity, but nice. But we can leave things loose for now. Always save your files, guys. I just did a little instinctive save. So the stream's gone a lot better. It hasn't frozen, which is nice. I haven't had any freezes. I think the audio has been pretty good throughout. Any notes on the audio? Do I sound quiet or strange maybe? Who knows? Who knows? Cool, 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 cool. Oh my gosh, it's Jay. Jay's the homie. Jay also streams on Twitch though. Very, very good art. We like Jay. Jay's cool. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Everything's good. Very, very cool, very cool. Dude, at the gym. Let's go. I was hitting the weights night before last. You know, gotta liberate myself from weakness. Strive for true strength. Let's go. True strength and true friendship. That's the vibe we're going for here. Okay, so we have our guy. Oftentimes when I have a portrait like this, where it's like sketch and I feel like things are pretty good, this is conflicting with the shape, so we're just going to keep it like this for now. I'd like to move on actually to, like, what's this guy's silhouette? Like, if we were to noodle this out, right? So he's got his giant headphones. He's got his antenna. He's got his goggles. His little mustache. Right. Whenever you draw a character kind of small like this, it's also a good opportunity to see like what shapes are working, what shapes don't translate to being small. Make you double check that everything has a purpose in a good way. So we've got him, we've got his scarf, we've got his little jacket collar coming forward. Yeah, this guy's great. I'm actually really enjoying this guy. Oh my god, going to the Shaolin Monastery for a year. Honestly, it's kind of a vibe. I'd be the white guy in the monastery. I'd be down. I'd be okay with that, probably. Do some Shaolin training. Man, I don't know if I could handle it though, to be honest. Just monk life for a while. If I had no other commitments, that would actually be pretty cool to do. Be a pretty cool practice. Okay, since we still want this guy to feel like a pilot, you gotta have the high-waisted pilot jacket, right? So even though his jacket's kind of like sort of like poofy and kind of like comes out a bit, it still ends, you know, in that classic kind of way. And then they have like the kind of cargo-y sort of pants going on, right? We want this guy to maybe not feel like an officer, but feel like maybe he like thinks he should be an officer or something, you know? Cool. All right, so got our little jacket guy going here. Nice. Don't want to get too stuck in the weeds here and lose the silhouette, so we're going to just go in with a simplified gesture first. Solidify this out. I feel like he's very much like figure out what his hips are doing. Yeah. Give him the cropped cargos. Like cinch him up. I've been wearing cargo pants, confession. I've been cinching them up. It feels pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm an explorer. Oh, the stream is frozen. Well, we've hit our first hurdle. So we're gonna fix it. My goodness. So it begins. There we go. Okay. Cool. You know, I don't know why it does that, but that's good. Last time it took much longer for that to happen, so it's good. And the camera's still working. Also, hi. Haven't looked at the camera. Hi, I'm Gabriel. I should do that next time. I should look at the camera instead of just being like, we're live, we're live. It's like, hey, we're live. Hi. Nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for forgiving my insane bedhead on this while I am live. You know, we'll do, yeah. Let's go. Yeah, no, it was on monitor capture, unfortunately. I think honestly, I think it's the graphics performance on my computer is not quite up to par with being able to handle such a task, you know? Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's just Photoshop. Photoshop is strange. Who knows? But thank you for letting me know, Rob, that the stream froze. Yeah, usually I'm drawing. If I'm not drawing, usually means stream is frozen. Thanks for letting me know. Should be fixed now. Yeah, it's fixed, so that's good. Thanks for the tech tips, Jay. Streamer buddy. We'll have to do a buddy stream. I don't know how it'll work though, because YouTube and Twitch. We'll see. Cool. So we're just going for shapes right now in silhouette. We're not going for any kind of finished stuff. So if we make him kind of flat-footed like this, it plants him pretty well. Like it plants the character pretty strongly. Which maybe we want. I think it's pretty good that way. So yeah, we do. So we got probably a little, again, we want to like be really pushing these shapes because we're going for fantasy, but very grounded fantasy. So it's stylized, but we're still able to do it. Honestly, much like Atlantis. We were talking about Atlantis earlier. It's a fantastic example of like grounded, stylized character design and animation. We want to go for something a little similar. Oh, nice. We could do that. Twitch, though? I don't know, man. I don't know about Twitch for me. I don't know if that's the move. We'll see. For now, we'll see. But it could be good. Okay. Cool. So, okay, let's put his arm on his little radio fanny pack. So let's design that. So I feel like he's got a belt and he's got like a pretty thick thing, right? And we want to fit it inside his silhouette for sure. So this kind of thing would be good because, okay, well, in this angle, we want to fit it inside his silhouette so it's not breaking any shapes. And it's also kind of working with the unity of the character. So we want to make sure that it's not going to disrupt anything because we want to make sure he's like visible. But then if he were to turn to the side, then it would be fun because you'd kind of have like the sort of cinched belt look, but then you'd have like this big device here. And that would be like part of his appeal would be like having this big thing on the side. But for now, we're going to keep it in the front. Yeah, or you know what else we could do? We could do like a smaller thing and actually just have it like protrude out the front. That's pretty fun. Wait, that's fun. I like that. This is why we try stuff. Cool. Yeah, so I'll probably do some IP development streams in the future. And when I do, I'll probably start the stream with like a vote, see which one you guys want me to work on, and we'll go from there. I I see, Jay. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out how we'll stream together. Cool. I'm gonna be live for another probably 35 minutes ish. I might be inspired to go a little bit longer. We will see. But yeah, we'll see how we feel. For now, let's continue pushing this guy. Okay, so we've started to hit the unfortunate repeating case of the freeze, which is okay. We're just gonna stay on top of it and be vigilant and go back and fix it when possible. I think it's when my computer is maybe overheating a little bit. Let's see how hot it is. Oh yeah. Actually, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. But yeah, I think it's definitely feeling it maybe. Plus I have the camera on this time, so I'm sure that adds to the strain. Cool. We want to add a pleat in these. But the cool thing about a pleat is that a pleat can actually like show wrinkle, which we like. So we want a pleat, but not a totally clean pleat. Something like that, you know? Cool. All right, so we're adding in some little detailies here. I want to be careful not to add too much. I want to make sure everything feels pretty simple. Feels pretty good. No need for extra details. I was listening to an interview of a art director at Disney who previously worked at Ghibli, and like she was doing lines for Ponyo, and like her art director when she was working there like really taught her how to manage lines, and like why would you put this line there if it's not necessary, like why are you overdrawing. And for something like Ghibli that, you know, really like succeeds in their simplicity, it's just kind of interesting. Definitely something to learn from for sure. Sometimes we think when we're doing mechanical stuff or like semi-realistic characters, we want to go much more realistic, but oftentimes we still want to stay simple depending on our intention, our execution, what we want things to feel like. Okay, we're going to do the classic hand resting on the device because I think that just fits. And it also shows that he's really in unity with his like job. So like this little thing, what we'll also do is we'll give it like a cord that goes under and like connects to the, no, that's weird. We'll do it so it like goes in and around, and we'll figure out how to show it. But we'll give these little boxes some little tertiary details, some little gizmos, doodads, some little bing bongs. Keep streaming until you finish gym. Okay, sure. You're just going to get totally yoked. Oh, what's up, Tirangini? Welcome to the stream. We're doing some design sketching. Oh, what accent does this guy have? That's a great question. I feel like he could sound like this. Or maybe he sounds like this. I don't know, man. Or maybe he's got one of those like, yes, Joe, yes, yes. Yes, Corporal, come here, yes. Yes, Joe, yes, I do say, yes. Communications, come in, lads. To the front. To the front. He does have kind of British, like a British maw, like a British, like, mouth feel. You know? I feel like I don't know. I feel like that's his vibe. I could be wrong. Come here, Jeeves. Yes. It seems we're going to the front, lads. Fits with the posture, I think. I do say. Maybe not quite that posh. I don't know. Cool. I feel like he's still a combatant. Maybe, do we give him a gun? I don't think we do. I don't think he has a gun. Honestly, I feel like more than a gun, he would have like a saber. That would actually be sick. Also, this arm feels wrong to me. Maybe next we sketch this guy's boss. Now the other arm is better. But there's like something about it that's wrong. I think it's the hand. Yeah. Huh. He looks like he talks fancy. Yeah, exactly. Right? Cockroach similarity. Huh. Does he have underlings? Radio kids? What's a radio kid? He could have like an assistant, like a page, or like a yeah, okay. So this guy's in the military, obviously, right? Definitely in the military. So let's think about it. I think he has underlings. I think he may have a boss. I feel like his boss would have like a stupid hat and be a little taller. Like the boss would have a hat, like one of those weird military hats. You know what I'm talking about? Like one of these things. And like a feather on the front or something stupid. And he's got like a saber. And he's like, well, I do well. It's the communication. The communications come in. Yes. I do, yes. Maybe a bit of a gut or something, and one of those like spirally sabers. Stupid hat. Yeah, exactly. He could have a robot assistant or like a that's actually kind of interesting, like a mech. Like a little mech guy. Or oh wait. You know what he should have? He should have like a robot dog. Let's think about it this guy for now. We'll come back to him later. Okay, here's my proposition. We've got the dude, he's got all the gear, he's got the communications, he's got everything. We'll do some like wires and stuff going down. Okay, here's what we do. I just keep getting the funniest text from my girlfriend. She like can't see the live chat right now, but she's just like texting me like responses. Pretty great. I love her. Cool. Cool. So yeah, okay. So design. So here's my proposition. You can tell me if this is a valid proposition, or if you'd take this deal. I raise you a robot dog guy, right? Or like a robot like friend thing. Or actually, you know what it should be? Since we're going British, it should be like a greyhound. Like a crazy robot greyhound. Like something really cool. And then there's like a kid controlling it. So he's got an underling, but it's got like... Oh, Photoshop froze. Dude, thanks, Rob. You're the best. Cool. There we go. Okay. So we've got like a crazy like mech dog thing. It's like pretty simplified gears, pretty simplified vibe. And it's like a scout, right? And its tail is an antenna, obviously, because duh. Or like a jackal. But like again, we want it to feel kind of very British, and the British like bred some pretty cool looking dogs for a while. Yeah, something like that. Like he's got a cool dog friend thing. And it also has audio recording, duh, through the ear cones. Duh. Because duh, it does. Does it have one eye? Did we give it one eye? Dog robots with one eye just add a malevolent feel. Like, that's weird. So we're going to give it no eyes and just have it be like a cool remote creature thing. Maybe, does it broadcast visuals? What era of technology are we in here? Maybe it's like terrible quality, but it still gives visuals. Right? Let's see. What do you guys think? Did it freeze again? Oh, we're good. Cool. TV Head. Oh my god. TV Head? I love TV Head. Have you guys ever read the comic series Saga? I love the TV Head characters in Saga. They're so weird. And like the lower class have like old box TVs, and the upper class are like flat screen guys. It's just weird and kind of awesome. Cool. So even though this dog is kind of like sleek and weird, I still want it to feel like friend. And when it comes to robots, it's like very easy for robots to feel malevolent. So if we ever advance this concept, we'll definitely push the friend aspect of this guy. But yeah, right now it's feeling pretty good, I'd say. So yeah, so then next we gotta do this little guy, this little kid. I feel like the kid. So okay, if this guy's like radio guy who's in control or whatever, he's got to get his intel from somebody, and who better than a kid whose head is just like in like primitive VR, like old VR. So it's like a giant, like terrible thing on his head. The kid's just like looking. The kid's like, and he's got his little hands on his little control thing, which is also just giant because old technology. Right? And the kid's definitely got the backpack. He needs the backpack for sure. For sure. Hey, Ash, what's up? Welcome to the stream. He's got an antenna as well. He's got a really intense antenna probably. Yeah, this kid is tuned in, man. Nice. Got the feels going. Maybe the kid's excited. Like, oh, yeah, okay. So how we fix this design? Okay, so he was looking kind of sad a little bit. Like, it was looking a little dystopian. But instead, here's how we fix it. We go, the kid loves his job. So the kid loves his job. He, like, loves, looking out, seeing what little Fido is doing. What's the dog's name? The dog's name is, I don't know. It's gotta have like a funky name or something. Maybe. But yeah, the kid loves this stuff. We also got to make sure this isn't like a hinge so you can like flip it up. We can see what his head looks like. So like his head is like his little kid head. If like the visor gets flipped up, then he's just like a little guy. Because you got to be able to see the kid's emotions. And maybe like if the dog gets captured or like blown up, then the kid like puts his visor up and he's like, oh no, like my friend or something like that. You know what I mean? Shock factor. Got to be able to pull the visor up. When designing characters, it's important to think to yourself, when is this character going to feel emotion? Are we going to be able to see the emotion that the characters feel? What's going on? We want to think about these things while we're designing characters. What potential story moments we can include, their relationship with the world around them, all that good stuff. Cool. So, okay. So we've got him going. His antenna still goes up, though, because it's a separate thing. Give him like a little hat. Yeah, that'll definitely get cleaned up in the future. This is definitely very, very sloppy right now, but that's okay. But yeah, the kid loves his job, dude. He loves it. I think we're going to make his head a little smaller, though, I'm pretty sure. Like, we don't want it to be too big, especially in comparison to the guy next to him. The kid, I feel like, has like a power stance. He's like just excited, right? So he's like standing and he's got like big pants too. He's like, yes, let's go. Oops. Cool. Yeah, man, this stream is going so much better. Oh, even though it froze. Awkward. Cool. So like the last stream, that the stream kept freezing, the Photoshop kept freezing on the stream, and then like I kept my like right arrow key was stuck. So it's like no matter what I did, like the right arrow key was just continuously going. So like I couldn't select brushes and stuff, but I was just like, you know what, man? I said I'd stream for an hour and a half, so I'm streaming for an hour and a half. So yeah, this stream is going to continue on for another, say, 20-ish minutes. We'll see how we feel, see how far we get. So yeah, the kid's having fun. The kid's arms are like out because he's like just holding it. He's just like excited. Actually, you know what? Instead of the him having like a power stance, honestly, I can see him being like, well, actually, you know what? We can always save a version. We can listen. You can always save your sketches on a layer and make a new layer that's a duplicate of those sketches, so that you can then draw on that layer and save the old one in case you like it more or in case it's better, and it gives you the freedom to go crazy. So we're gonna do that. Cool. Findo. Oh my gosh, Iris, you're a genius. Findo. I was thinking Fido, and I was like, no, there's something there. Findo. It should be find 5.0. That's what it should be. Findo. I love that. That's good. And it should be an acronym, like feral instinct neutralized dog operator or like something, you know what I mean? Oh man, we really hit the wall here. Stream's starting to freeze a lot, so it's frozen again. That's annoying. So we're gonna do application display. Boom. Okay. Hopefully this sticks through for the next 20 minutes. I don't know what could be the issue, why it's struggling so much. I'm gonna try saving the document, seeing if that makes things a little easier on like the workhorse computer. Cool. Yeah, I'm super HD. Also, what's up, Masay? Hello, Masay. Good to see you, dear friend. Thanks for joining the stream. We're just doing some sketches right now. We're doing some cool sketches. We're going to be on for around 20-ish more minutes, maybe 10, 20. We'll see how we feel. I still got some energy in me. I got to go have lunch after this and hope that the fridge repair guy comes, because our fridge needs repairing. Man, you really don't realize how it's like super easy to take a fridge for granted. My goodness. Cool. Let's see what we got going on. We got our guy, we got his little underling, his little friend. We'll make the kid pretty like gamer mode, I think. Also, this is a good way to indicate if something flips up or down. Pretty simple. People understand. when you're presenting an idea or even just a sketch. He literally is an iPad kid for real. I like to think that it's maybe his nephew. I don't know why I always have like a nephew uncle urge. Maybe it's just some kid. I just love uncle lore. Like I love the idea of like a kid squiring under his uncle. Okay. My girlfriend just asked me if we're going to color these guys in. I think we're going to go for it. But it's going to be pretty simple. And it's also going to be pretty military. So it's going to be pretty like army green vibe. But we'll see. But in case anyone was wondering, I think we are going to add a lick of color to these guys. This kid is like playing this like how video game ads like show people playing video games. Like they're all super into it. Yeah, I think he's just like on a rock. And he's smaller. He's like little. It's not just a boulder. It's a rock. Yeah, I feel like this guy would be like, Matthew, my boy, send Findo out to scout the perimeter. Take the perimeter for this and that and get him to the thing. Or he'd be like much more chill, like, fine, Findo, my boy, send out the thing to the thing, my boy. Scout ahead and see if you see any of these ruffians. Cool. Maybe he looks up to him like an uncle. I like that for sure. For sure. Let's go. Uncle lore. We love Uncle lore. Nice. Wow. All right. I'm glad this stream is going much better technically, even though the stream literally froze again. That's okay. We're not going to get disrupted by these changes. We're going to be okay. Yeah, we've given him like a little gamer posture here. This kid's like an OG gamer. World War II era gamer. But apparently they have screen technology, which makes no sense, but that's okay. So maybe he's sitting on a log. I feel like it's like a stump. You know? I feel like it should just be a stump of a tree. So that's what we're doing. It's going to be a stump. Buddy, it's going to be a stump. Sorry to break it to you. Little trip. No, it's got to be a rock. Can't be a stump. It's got to be a rock. Can't be a stump, unfortunately. All right, we're just going to imply feet. We're not going too crazy with this drawing right yet. Also, I hope just calling out to Jay. I hope your workout's going good at the gym, buddy. I hope you're getting swole as heck at the gym. We're trying to get swole in the studio today. We shall pass Tech Stump. Tech Stump. Lo-fi putting us to the test. Man. For real. Cool. This actually adds some fun kind of fun energy to this drawing. So if we were to arrange this in like a better way, honestly, we could like get our doggo. Yeah, let's make this on a new layer. Could take our dog friend and we could put him. You know what we're gonna do? We're also gonna cut this new layer over here. actually put him behind, like, oh, we want it to make sense though. Okay, this works. Yeah, that works. That works. That actually fits with the shapes really well. That's crazy. Wow. Then this guy, we can make a little smaller. That also fits with the shapes. We have the kid in the back. That kind of adds to sort of the ambiance. Some foliage, because they're roughing it. They're in the wild, right? They're deep in enemy territory. Deep in the enemy territory. In honor of my buddy Luke, this kid's name is going to be Lucas. Or Luca. Okay, so upon reflection, going back to our original guy drawing, I feel as though we can improve some aspects of this guy's design. So like the vertical feeling on this isn't super crisp, so I'm actually going to up the verticality on it so it flows a little nicer. Nice. Oh, it's kind of better before. Sometimes you don't need to change things. Sometimes things are okay, even if they're a little jank. Yeah, I think that's more what I needed. I needed it to be more a little squared off. Cool. Ah, looks like we're frozen again. I love this. Epic. So I am sharing the monitor. I think that, you know what? I'll do some Googling after, see if we can't solve the problem. But for now, this is kind of the page we're looking at here, which honestly, I really like this. Findo. Let's go. So we've got Findo, we've got Luca. What's the guy's name? The guy's name, it's got to be like something with a Ington at the end of the last name. Like Spurlington or like or like Farthing or like some kind of funky. Reginald's good. He'd definitely be a Reggie. Well, we'll definitely start with Reggie for sure. Reggie, that's how you spell Reggie, right? Let's do a gurgle. Yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, that is Reggie. Yeah, it's got it. I just got okay. We got some Rex. Reggington. That's a bit much. We can try it on. Let's try it on. I'm okay trying it on. Oh, somehow we have made our brush the wrong color. There we go. Reggington. Now that's a bit much. Oh my gosh. We got Prashan. We got Prashan in the chat. Excellent. The homie Prashan. We love Prashan. Prashan's the homie. Reggington. You know what? I feel like it could be Reglington. Reggie Reglington is pretty good. Reggie Reglington. But obviously, he's the fourth. Reggie Reglington the fourth. Yep. Reginald Reglington. That's kind of that's kind of sick. I think we've got our boys. I think these are our boys here. We got them. We got the team. Let's do a last check. So before we move to flats, we're keeping this loose, but we still want it to feel pretty clean. So we're going to do a last little sweep here. So, okay. So for the little dog friend, we're going to cut the foot because it's behind our guy here. So we're going to cut the foot. This is a really lazy representation, like really lazy. But that's okay. We can always clean up later, right? Maybe. Ugh. No, this is unacceptable. Push this even more. It's like literally just like a little bar holding it together. Little guy. Classic little pistons where these things go. Cool. Posh. Yeah, he's very posh. I'm Reginald Reglington. Sergeant. Sergeant Reginald Reglington. That's terrible. That's awful. I love it. We got a little friend here. All right, let's see if we miss anything. Well, he needs his little backpack, right? His little backpack with his little gizbobs. And this is obviously corded because it's like old tech, right? It's got to be corded. For sure. I feel like actually instead of putting the antenna on his little helmet guy, we put it on his backpack. Makes a lot more sense. Cool. Yeah, Findo is all iris. It's pretty sick. Oh my gosh. My dear friend, Vanessa is in the chat. Welcome. Welcome, Vanessa. Long time no talk. I hope you're well. Oh, it is frozen. That's a great question. I don't know why so often, but again, we're just rolling with the punches here. We're just continuing to enjoy art, all things considered. Yeah. Okay, we're over time, so let's drop some color on this bad boy. See how it feels. Cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do it. All right. That's fun. Let's move on. Let's move on to some color. So we're just going to quickly block some stuff in initially. I'm just going to go for flats like super fast. Nothing insane. Again, this is like the first initial block out. So like is like pre-refinement. Like you could pass this to a client, but it would literally be like, you know, hey, this is an idea in 2 hours, and they'd know it. But it's actually a pretty good little, you know, pretty good spit for 2 hours actually. And conceptually, you've got a radio guy with a robot dog, a kid who's his friend who controls the robot dog. The guy's obviously got his own vibe. I mean, you would iterate on top of this if they liked it, but this is not bad for client stuff. So what's happening is what's happening last time, which is it's just continuously freezing faster and faster every time. It's not very cash money if you ask me, but that's okay. All right, we're gonna give these guys, what kind of green are their uniforms gonna be? I prefer a green leaning towards yellow, maybe less saturated. This is a nice green. I like this a lot. Go a little bit lighter, actually. Yeah, this is like my favorite kind of military green. Hey, what's up, Ella? Also long time no talk. Hope you're doing well. We're just doing some character concept sketches for fun. We love fun. We definitely love fun, that's for sure. So, okay, a cool way to give some character to this technology is I think we're going to make a lot of it like brass. Brass looks dope. And since we're already in a kind of fantasy-esque setting, I think we want to push the brass vibe maybe. Well, here's a question. Do we make his jacket leather or the same green? Let's try both. So there's one. It's giving jumpsuit, which is fine. If we give it like kind of a rich sort of... Yeah, thanks. Yeah, streaming on YouTube. I figured I'm already doing this every day with like my friends on Discord. Like I might as well. Hop on YouTube and stream live. Yeah, see now it's giving it's like this is a pilot guy now. So do we like it or do we prefer the jumpsuit is the question. This is tough. I think we go for the jacket. I think we make him like fun. I think we make him like this fun kind of guy, right? But we give him some green like decal so we know he's still military. Like we do like a stripe on the shoulder and on the cuff. On the trim of the interior of the lining is maybe green. Yeah, there we go. that keeps the military feel, but also continues to push. So for his face, let's drop in some neutrals. We're definitely going to make it a little grayer where we want him to have stubble, right? This guy's got brown hair. Just feels right. Blonde would be weird. Or like a very dark brownish gray. We're going to borrow these colors and flat out this side too, actually. It's generally good. So for this kind of sketch, on the left side, we're starting to see that actually these colors are kind of taking away from the line art. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to leave this without any color at all. Just let it be a sketch. So the lines are already doing a lot. And if we were to add undercolor, we'd probably want to reline it so it could better receive the color. Yeah. My girlfriend just said it's a very me outfit, and she's not wrong. I do like this kind of stuff for sure. If we go brass, this is gonna like be steampunk to the max. Which, do we want that? Do we want this to be steampunk? New show called Silo. I'll have to check it out. Sounds interesting. Oh, I've heard of Silo. I wonder if it's good. Is it good? Do you know? Dude, I actually really like this design. This is actually sick. So we are going to go brass, I've decided. So for brass, we're going to do the brass color on its own layer for simplicity. We're going to title it brass. Brass. Nice. No freezes. No freezes. Fingers crossed. Knock on wood. Press around the eyes as well. We're also going to do it here. All right, we'll definitely make it more brassy later. For sure. We're also going to do same skin tone for the hands. Another thing to keep in mind, maybe we go, oh, nice. Good to know the show's good. I'll definitely have to check it out for sure. I'm pretty privy to a red scarf. I like a red scarf. I like how red scarves feel. But I don't know if red scarf is the right move for this guy. You know? I feel like actually bolder move or a better move would be like a faint blue scarf. That'll play off the brass pretty well and also add some kind of like lawful good to this guy. Yeah, we'll do blue scarf. Blue scarf feels right. Cool. So now we've got the jacket, the little hat thing, antenna. All right, for the kid, they're in the army, so this kid's obviously in green. Duh. Okay, we'll have to do an alternate with this to see if we actually like... Okay, I've already merged these. Awkward. Man, I try and keep on top of my layer separation, and I just like lose instantly. So again, this is super loose, so we don't really care if anything's clean or anything like that. It's just putting the idea down. That's all we really care about. Skin tone's gonna be a little bit, feel maybe lighter on the kid. Actually, we're gonna go darker. This kid's in it to win it, baby. Just gonna go warmer on the nose too. We wanted the nose to be a little bit warmer. Bit of a focal point. Now that when you put red on a nose like that, you're basically saying the guy's like French or like British in like a weird way. But we're doing it. We like it. We love it. It's our favorite. So, okay, for the eyepieces, what color do we want it to be? I guess we just want to reflect the sky, try and reflect the sky in the eyepieces, not have it like be pretty neutral actually. We don't want like red or anything crazy. Cool. Got the kid, got his little outfit, his little backpack. We'll make it this color. Yeah, we're definitely gonna try it with iron, like or a steel color as well, because the brass might be a little bit much. We'll see. Ah, we're frozen again. Let's go. We love struggling against the technical difficulties. We are too powerful for the technical difficulties to stop us. Nice. Cool. Yeah, we'll try a couple, and then we're gonna use the same leather to do their shoes. So when you're doing like military personnel and stuff, you generally want materials to be unified across characters. So like if we're doing this guy, for instance, we want the feelings to be very like same leather for the shoes, same green for the shirt, but his jacket can be a bit different. A few things can be a little bit different when it's personal. So here's the question. We have the blue, we could do blue socks. That'll tie in with his scarf nicely. We could also just shoot it straight with the green. That could feel good too. Keep it more unified. I actually like the blue personally. I don't know what you guys think. So depending on what color we do for the steel and technology, that is what we're going to do for. So the only issue with making Friendo brass, right, is that if this is supposed to be a reconnaissance creature, brass is pretty darn shiny, right? I just don't know how feasible it would be for like a brass creature to be running around. So we're going to try two things. First thing we're going to try is... Damn, we're also like overtime. So we're 20 minutes overtime. That's okay. We're closing out. So... yeah, the brass on the dog is what makes it feel a little crazy. But again, you want unity in the material for technology. So we have to kind of like unify this somehow. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to copy this color layer just so we have it, right? We're going to select out all these colors, everything of the same color. We can keep the brass around the eye pieces though, like that we can do for sure no matter what. And we're going to go for a darker gray, almost a cool greenish gray maybe. And we're going to try and see how this feels. Okay, so instantly, definitely less warm, right? Like less friendly. Pretty fast that became less friendly. Let's try a potentially different gray. Ah, we got another freeze as well. Epic. Nice. Cool. We can try a lighter gray perhaps. All right, that's not as bad, but it's not good, right? If you go lighter, it feels too futury. All right, let's flick back and forth between the dark and the light, see what we like. What are we feeling here? We still haven't done the highlights too, so the highlights will bring out the metallic feel for sure. All right, let's roll with the brass for now. Okay, so we're going to do a pretty fun trick. We're just going to lasso tool this. We're going to switch the brush mode to multiply. It's going to help us. Cool. So switching the brush mode to multiply is going to allow us to warm things up, cool things off. We're going to go for a little bit of a warmer shadow because, again, these characters are supposed to be kind of good. So we want kind of warmer shadows on these guys. Nice. Just gonna add some, just enough depth, not too much, but you need something, right? Certain areas, especially with a metal like brass, you really want it to kind of have that cool brassy feel. Especially the warm brassy feel. That's kind of what gives it a lot of the steampunk vibe, right? There we go. Already it's starting to come out a little bit. It's the feeling and everything. Feeling pretty good. When we add the highlights in, that's when everything's going to pop, right? Cool. Yeah, different varieties of brass works too. That's also a good idea. All right, we've added some depth here. Now we want to maybe add like a cooler or like a more magenta hue, just kind of globally. We could do that. Like, don't be afraid to kind of hit things with the multiply, kind of warm things up, test out your colors a little bit. So what we've just done here is a little technique where I've basically duplicated the brass out of the layer and I've locked the layer and I've set my brush mode to multiply, so I'm only affecting the brass stuff if I wanted to, right? It's a way to kind of work a little bit more efficiently, perhaps. So we're also gonna do, yeah, we're also gonna do some highlights next. But before we do that, we actually want to return to the old color layer, and we're gonna do some shading as well. So what we're gonna do though here is actually, we're just gonna do lasso tool. Lasso tool is pretty fast for blocking in some shadows, and you can use a combination of like Shift and Alt to add in selection with the lasso tool. Very useful. And again, we're going for subtle here, nothing too crazy. We just want to give a bit of depth. Not too much antsiness. You know, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Just a little bit of depth goes a long way for this kind of character development. Of course, if we were to clean this up, then we would we'd be doing like a lot more other stuff too. We'd probably want to clean up the line work first, but again, we're just going for initial quick read, nothing too fancy, nothing crazy. These are just warm-ups, dude. This is how I start the day, usually. I'll do this for about a couple hours and then move on to client stuff, so I'm nice and fresh. It's also good portfolio material too. Which is always good. This kid will go a bit darker with the shadows since we want to separate some of that out. Nice. So my stream schedule is up on my Instagram story right now. I'm going to be doing another stream on Thursday and Friday. Thursday, same time, 12 to 2 Pacific time. East Coast time, EDT. And then on Friday, I'm going to be doing, I think, 1 to 4, I believe. Let me double check my own schedule. That's funny. Yeah, 1 to 4 on Friday. So Thursday, Friday will be our next stream days. Just keeping it fun, keeping it light. You know how it is. So a rock like this, we're just going to hit it with like a broad kind of shade with the airbrush. And then what we can do is we can do this cool thing where we just cut along the rim that we've drawn here, right? We've already established that. And we're actually going to hit it from the top. Just give that edge a little definition. That like helps you with rock stuff sometimes. What we can do here is then do this. So that kind of gives rock a little bit of shape. Soft brush is definitely, airbrush is something I wish I knew a lot more about when I was younger. I definitely didn't use airbrush until I think last year. So I could have saved a lot of time and I could have improved a lot faster had I known. A lot of the stuff is just, you know, if only you knew. We're going to do the same thing with the cargos actually. So we're going to just like do a very, very light shadow following this line, letting there be highlights, but also just ever so slightly darkening the shape as it goes down. So that adds some really nice depth actually. Next thing what we're going to do is with this jacket, same thing. Well, it's pretty dark, but it's fine. Leather has some rich shadows, so we're okay with it. Also, the shapes of leather are usually very like, kind of like, they're like crinkly, but like round. They're all like foldy or whatever. So that's cool. So we're gonna do the same technique, right? We're following that shape. Just gonna darken it a little bit. Gives it some body, gives it some volume. Don't be afraid to experiment too with your shading and how you shade. And again, super rough, just warm up. This is not a high pressure design. This is just meant to be just a fun way to start the art day, right? Cool. Okay, so we've kind of blocked in a lot here. We've got our base shades, our base colors. Now what we're gonna do, we're just gonna do a little bit on the boots, but nothing too crazy. The boots, it's, you know, you don't want to be too intense. Maybe, I don't know. Boots don't really matter right now, because like when you look at it from afar, or when you're just kind of looking at it, you're like, oh, leather boots, brass robot dog, guy with some technology, with some little wavelengths, some kid with a VR goggle headset, and he's sitting on a rock. Like, that's all you want. For something like this, that's all you want. You don't want people to get fixated on the details right now, especially if you're pitching. Like, it's not necessary. Oh my gosh, it's Michael. Michael, my dear friend Michael. Good to see you, buddy. Dude, thanks for dropping in, man. You're catching this one a little bit later, but here we are, right? Alrighty. So now we're going to move on to highlights. So we've got our little brass. We've got our layers on the brass. This is the fun part. So we've used our brush on multiply mode. Now we're going to do color dodge mode. I learned this technique from a good friend, Rioma Tazzi, Art Tazzi. He taught me a lot. So we're going to do, this is just opacity soft round, but we're going to actually reduce the opacity even more, down to like 40% because it's so intense. So because we're doing metal, we kind of want a harder edge on the highlights. So color dodge is pretty darn cool. It helps a lot with this kind of stuff. Adding that kind of rim light. Okay, we didn't add this, so we're gonna have to add it on this side. For the actual brass on this side, we're gonna hit it pretty intensely on the top. Then I'll kind of build on that side. And again, the light catches on edges. So I'm going to do a little bit of edge here. A little bit of edge here. Some of like the button implication stuff. Again, we're not going crazy. We just want it to be like enough. We could actually just hit one of these just edges with a highlight. Like as if the light is like hitting it there. And there. That's nice. So same with the little kid's controller. We're going to hit it hard there. Soft around the side. And like very faintly on the bottom. Warming up that redness. Same here, we're gonna have a hard edge on the top because we're defining that edge. Oops. Much more of a brassy feel now. I mean, it is honestly skewing gold, but that's okay for sure. All right, let's go. We've got, yeah, Gabriel's face. We're here. Sick. Yeah, I did this all on stream. So I designed this guy past couple hours. We're just hitting some color. Actually, stream's about to end very soon. I'm over by 35 minutes, but I'm having a lot of fun. So just a suggestion, I guess. Timing is a suggestion. But the recording will be available. If you want to turn it on while we just do whatever, I can show you the stuff that we did. So the most fun part with this brass is going to be the dog, for sure. Like hitting the dog with all these little highlights and stuff. Like it's going to feel really good. Give him a lot of volume, a lot of meaning, and it's going to make me really excited to go in and complete this design. And again, we're just going for speed, quick and dirty, just imply that this is metal. Can always come in later, clean it up. Right now, I just want the idea on the page. So when I return back to it, I'm like, oh yeah, brass dog, little guy with a little kid with a gizmo kid, larger sergeant guy with a little radio pack vibe. And the last thing we're going to do is actually pretty simple. We're going to go behind everything. And we're going to... We're going to literally just do some foliage, I think. So all I did was just kind of cut out a selection. You don't have to do this. I'm going to be adding and subtracting to it, but this is just to kind of get an initial shape maybe for how I want it to feel. But we're going to do some very desaturated green foliage behind. This kind of like pulls things together in a cool way. Right, I want it to be a little warmer, the green. Yeah. So this is a fun way to kind of, when you have like a little scenario like this, just to fill it up with some cool greenery, right? Oh, still in color dodge mode with the brush. That's why you remember to switch back. The kid actually, I feel like behind him, be pretty fun, like some bigger planties, maybe. And again, this is just mainly reference for me for like later when I come back and if I wanna like finish this or push it a little bit more for portfolio or something. If I ever do more industrial guys. Probably better to have bigger, chunkier shapes, probably. Getting down to brass tacks. Hey, Richie, welcome back. Just catching the last of the stream. We got a cool guy we're working on here. We're going to cut the foliage here so that we're adding like a cool... we're giving the dog direction. Like it's going somewhere, you know? Like it's breaking out of the bushes when these guys are still in the bushes. It's like a fun, cool trick. The only other thing I want to do is I just want to do some of these leaves a little bit darker, but again, very quick and dirty. That's all you need, man. You don't need to do anything other than that. Pretty simple. It's pretty crazy just how simple it is sometimes, you know? With this stuff. Cool. All right, so we've got 2 rough character designs in 2 hours. That's pretty good. We didn't do a lot of variation, but you can always do that more later. For now, this is a pretty good ensemble. We can group all these colors and then we can like unify it a little bit. This is always good to do with like an airbrush or something, like just adding like a little haze maybe. For this kind of drawing, I like to add like a little bit of a haze, kind of wash it out just enough. Just a smidge so the line art is more powerful. which also we're going to set the line art to multiply. But it is a bit much. Like, we're going to turn it down. So we don't want it to completely wash it out. We just want enough haze that it feels a little fun. And then if you guys know this trick, this is a cool trick. Just make a white layer. Boop. Then you make a filter, noise, add noise. Oh, looks like stream's frozen. Epic. Looks like we just hit like one of those errors, you know? And the thing. We're gonna merge these. We're gonna go to overlay. Then we're gonna turn it way down. But what's cool about noise is it adds just like a little bit of grit, just enough grit for it to feel a little bit more tactile, especially if your background's not like a white, just a little tactile, unifies the image a little bit. Well, geez, friends, this was fun. We got them down. We got the colors down. Feeling pretty good about it. Okay, this might be bold, but I feel like I actually want to do one more edit. So the greenery in the background, I'm not loving. I almost want it to be like a magenta or like a mix, you know, like just something better, something a little different. Or just something like that. That's a little bit of hue. Right? Is that worse? What if we try like an aquamarine? That's nice. I feel like I want a red though. Like a burgundy. Am I crazy? Should I just leave it? Try a richer green. Nah. Honestly, maybe we just fade it out more. Take the pressure off of it. That's better. Add some gold. Very faint. Yeah, there we go. Yes. Nice. Okay, nice. Boom, baby. Another thing we can do... No, it's like for later. Okay. Yeah, so I think this page is pretty much wrapped up. Let's get a final view for the chat so we can all see this beautiful artwork. Wow. Look at it go. Who would have thought? Oh, yeah, the red does make it look... It makes it look alien. All right, let's add a little bit of red. A little bit of magenta to the foliage. Just enough. Yeah, maybe that's the lore. Maybe they're like military explorers on a new planet. Well, then it's very Atlantis in that case. All right, we'll go back to the full view. Well, guys, I think we did it. We did Sergeant Reggie Reglington the fourth. We got Findo the dog. We got Luca the trusty assistant. We'll have to do some thugs next time, maybe some like thuggish other military guys that kind of go with them around or whatever, or like guard them or something. We'll see. But wow, thank you guys so much for joining me today. This was a lot of fun. I'm really happy with how this stuff turned out. It's fun to create stuff live with you guys, go through ideas. Last time we did a ostrich shepherd character. This time we did a cool little military squad with a robot dog and a kid with a World War II-esque brassy VR headset and a cool radio guy with a nice mustache. So feeling pretty good about it. Feeling pretty nice. I'm really, really glad you guys joined today. Thanks for joining, anybody who joined. And if you're watching this back, wow, thanks for making it to the end. Definitely make sure to, if you like the stream, if you like the channel, definitely like the video, definitely subscribe. That would be awesome. So you can catch the next one as well. I'm going to start scheduling them properly. So when they're scheduled, yeah, you'll be able to like click the link earlier and like get it all set up or prepped or whatever. I don't know. Everyone's telling me to do stuff, so I'm just going to start doing all the stuff they're telling me to do. So thank you so much for joining, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for coming. Goodbye.